After a line like that, how could I not want to step between the pages myself? Welcome
to the Astral Library.
I'm Zan.
I'm Greta.
Konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? And welcome to another Spiraken Book Club. Hope you're doing well and hope you're excited for another book review. It's been a while since you've been on.
It has been some time, yes.
Just a tad bit, but things have been crazy. Life's been weird, but more importantly, you've been reading a couple of your other books for your own personal sake, and I've been too busy looking at other stuff. Like reading weird books like the last one, which we don't talk about.
No.
But this time, I kind of cajoled you, forced you to read a book.
This one.
Yes.
Maybe because it's blue and purple and pretty.
And it looks like peacock feathers on the end.
Or mermaid scales or dragon scales.
Well, it depends on it. But let's actually get to it because this is The Astral Library by Kate Quinn. Just came out this January, and it's actually a new book, so pretty cool. More importantly than that, this is one which is interesting because Kate Quinn is one of two authors named Kate Quinn. One with a C, one with a K.
I do not know.
And this one primarily writes historical dramas like The Parisian Library and things about political strife and a lot of other historical fiction. So this is her foraying into fantasy. Or what do you call this, fantasy? Or just fiction?
I don't want it to be fantasy. Does that make sense?
This is true. We want it to be real.
Yeah.
And it's obviously the story of a library. A very special library. And
Astral Library.
That is true. It's that moment of like we're in a hot tub time machine situation. That. But it's an Astral Library, and it's the story of a young girl whose name sounds oddly familiar. I don't know why. It's spelled weird.
Alex?
That's right. Alex Watson, or Alexandra Alex Watson, with an I, not an E, because she wants to be weird. And she was named after not Alexandra the Great. What was she named after?
Alexandria, the library, the famous Alexandria Library.
And she loves reading. It's one of the few things she had with her mom that before her mom decided to, well...
Are we spoiling?
This isn't the first chapter in the Jack copy, so we don't really have to spoil. But her mom...
The mom runs off.
I'll be right back. You'll be fine. And
Dad's not in the picture. She grows up in the system.
And it's not too well. And when we open up, she's pretty much penniless, broke, and her credit card doesn't work for $23.12. Because she's
$27.83?
Something like that. Something like that. She's trying to buy food and life isn't going well. And she's working 4 jobs. She's living with a bunch of people in an apartment with someone who she may or may not have hooked up with. And she works crappy jobs dealing with stuff.
But pish posh, that's just the beginning challenges that she's facing. She does have good friends, an aspiring costume designer.
Yes.
She does have a great boss at the library.
Yes.
The gig that pays the least, but she loves the most because she grew up in libraries.
Yes. The cool thing is that this is actually the Boston Library, which we've been to, because if you remember, we lived for a little bit of time in Boston, so we knew where all the spots they talked about were. Newberry Street, we know where it is. All the things. It was a lot of little nods. It just made kind of like happy.
And the coffee shops.
And the people who are being jerks. Like, that is totally Boston thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give it to you if you give me a smile. Like, be quiet, Southie. But,
no smile for you.
But pretty much what happens is, due to reasons, Alex ends up in a bad situation. She goes, her identity's been stolen, her money's been stolen, she lost her job.
She's getting kicked out of the apartment.
Not going good. And then she goes to the library, her one sanctuary, where the 2 security guards, one old guy, one young guy, who are kind of jerks, are giving her crap. She's crying, she's upset. She ends up running into one of the stacks, and she ends up in the library.
With a magic door.
The library. And for those of you who are unaware about libraries, one of the coolest things about them.
Libraries are sanctuaries for everyone, no matter how different.
And that line is so true, because sanctuaries are that place you go to. You go there to not just read books, you escape from reality. You go to look up job interviews. You go to copy documents or print stuff or search the internet or
read a magazine
or get maps. Or the library is a place which
do your homework in a safe space.
It's a place where you can go to be safe from the world, and this is a more so library. The Astral Library is like the world's biggest library. Think the Beauty and the Beast library times a billion.
I think it's like Beauty and the Beast library meets Hogwarts.
Yes. And I like that when she tries to do the bell thing, that she told, get down.
That's Maggie. She likes the library too.
She does. I can edit this part.
And we pet the kitty, and
She
she bites.
And then we go, no. No. Okay. So back to the library. So we'll go back to the. And so she tries to do the bell thing, and someone says, hey, don't do that. And are you in or are you out?
She's in.
She's got nowhere else. And she's introduced to the librarian, who, unfortunately, just like the doctor from Doctor Who.
So back up a half a minute, and the librarian in the Boston Library is kind of cool, kind of funky, got cool glasses, got tattoos, not traditional librarian at all. She goes into the Astral Library, little mousy woman, mousy hair, pencil, glasses,
Little old.
cardigan set, older,
Stereotypical
nondescript, older
And
than me.
And she's the librarian who's there. She's like a little more brisk, a little meaner, just like, are you in or are you out? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And she explains what the library is. And the library is a place, a sanctuary for people who find it. It's there when you need it, and anyone who's in there can go into a book.
What was that?
They're able to enter a book and live there.
You can live in a book?
That's what the thing is, and that's what the title is.
Kind of cool.
It is pretty cool. It is one of these things where it's kind of an interesting element and about the library because you can live in a book. And with this, Alex is drawn into this whole world where you're able to go into a book and discover things. We're not going to go too spoilery in this because what happens is kind of a big deal. But one thing we can say probably is the rules, that the initial rules.
The initial.
Because there's other people there who are there that've been there for a while. The deal is, what's the rules? Rule number 1.
You cannot mess with the story, the plot line of the book.
It's going to happen no matter what. You can't date Darcy. You can't date Romeo from Romeo and Juliet. You can't kill Sherlock Holmes. None of that. You
can't spoil it for them. You can't tell them like, oh, Elizabeth Bennet, you're going to love him. He's wonderful. He really loves you. Skip ahead. You can't do any of that, but you can live on the outskirts.
And in secondary, tertiary characters, or even primary characters, you can become friends with. It's just the plot is going to happen no matter what. Rule number 2, you can live past the story, but then you are no longer safe. But you could do that.
But you can come out of the book, go back in it again.
Yes, you're bookmarked in that spot.
Yeah.
Last and the most important rule, you only have 3 options.
So if you go into your first book and it's not the right fit, you can choose a second book. If that's not the right book, you can choose a third book. But if that's not the right book, you get kicked out.
So this is the story. There's other inhabitants of the library. A lot of unique individuals, weirdos, people who read War and Peace too much.
Well, the other cool thing about the books are if you stay in the library and you're just reading books, it's a magical area where time does not pass. However, once you go into a book, time passes at the normal rate. So 1 year in a book is 1 year in the real world. Which
is kind of a problem.
But if you spend a year just sitting in the library reading a whole bunch of books that you haven't had a chance to read, then
it's awesome.
No time has passed.
And also books that may not be out yet, may be in the book. But they're, like with most things, they're in flux.
And the library will provide for you. Because time doesn't occur there, you don't get hungry. You don't get tired and have to go to sleep. You don't any of those things. But you curl up with your favorite book, and all of a sudden, a cup of tea, maybe a plate of cookies shows up, and you can munch and sip and read your book and enjoy.
And there are hints of other places in this book as well, where if you don't like books, there's other things possible for you, which is really cool. Also, you have the most powerful ability of a librarian. Roared the librarian. What is that about? You have to wait and see, because there's a mystery going on.
But if you've ever been in a library and been a little too loud, giggled
Yes.
a little too hard, squealed maybe at a good spot in the book, then you've heard the.
Yes. And that's kind of a big thing with with the library. And the librarian is the guardian of the library. If things are going to happen, that's the person who has to save the day.
I won't spoil anything, but I will say it's more than just cute. It's more than just, oh, look at the magic library. It's kind of like Hogwarts. Oh, I want to visit it. Oh, that's nice. There is a story and a plot and a continuation line that goes through. It starts off a little bit sad, if you will. Poor Alex has a really crummy life, but
It picks up. There are some issues with prose in this because it does a lot of tell, not show, which is kind of a thing which kind of upset me, but it makes
it
sense.
annoys some people. Some people don't care.
But that was an issue with it. And more importantly, there are a lot of elements in this which it's not velvet gloved. It's kind of more steel fisted, but it's done more eloquently than other authors. There are a lot of mentions and moments in this thing, and a lot of, I don't want to say missions, but a lot of,
Side quest?
what I mean is, like, for example, there's a lot of protecting the library, how things, people who are censoring the library, banning books. A lot of things of that nature are referenced in the book. A lot of characters who are um, sidelined because of reasons. It champions a lot of people who are the unchampionable. I know.
No spoilers.
And the thing is, with the library, which we should say, which is important,
Can a bookworm ever really call herself alone when she's surrounded by books?
and she can't, because when you're in a world of books, do whatever you want. And freezing number 2. Yes, crazy, crazy mode.
No, no. No, no.
She's gonna fall down. Okay. We were at the no shushy, no shushy,
No, shush.
no shush. But the element which you could say about this, which is important to this story, which works because of that, is this one, which is libraries are full of ideas, perhaps the most dangerous and powerful of all weapons.
Yeah, ideas.
And it's a point of this story is those moments of those ideas which are important because people tend to forget about it. They try to do horrible things to libraries, and this is kind of a love letter to libraries.
And books in general.
It is, and there are references to everything. Oh, we forgot one last rule: the books have to be officially no longer licensed, so they are open
Yes.
source. So they have to be before 1910. You're being silly. It's not. Don't even phrase that.
I think Maddie's going to be in the episode.
I'm gonna have to do major. What is the
Books have to be public domain.
That's it. So yeah. So you say it. So yeah. So there have to be. So there's a thing with another rule with the books we forgot completely.
Books have to be public domain.
Yes, they cannot. They have to be before 1910. So no going to Narnia. No going to Lord of the Rings.
But if you wanted to sit there and read it,
You can read it.
you can read it. If you wanted to read a book that it hasn't been written or is currently being written and is currently changing, you can sit there and reread it. And again as it's evolving and changing and whatnot.
But it'll never be the same. Each chapter will be slightly different.
Nope.
But I will say that was kind of a cool element to it. But there are references to all the books that you read, like Fourth Wing and
Pride and Prejudice.
Harry Potter. What else? Great Gatsby, Three Musketeers.
I think they even mentioned Julia Quinn.
They do.
Any relation?
I don't think so. I just think because Bridgerton. Because they do bring up Bridgerton. That says, no, you can't go to Bridgerton. She's a hack. And you're like, oh.
Why not?
The librarian is librarian. Also, modern librarians not reading classic works, that's a travesty.
The modern librarian had never read Pride and Prejudice.
Which, it's kind of a thing, but I get it.
Could there be foreshadowing there? I don't know.
But you have to wait and see. So, we've spoiled it now. Okay.
Shh.
So for the most part, we've spoiled a little bit about this, but overall, the book is well received. It's well done. This is the special Barnes and Nobles edition. You see with the nice blue sprayed edges. Some people say it's a trophy book, but it is well done. Has that new book smell, and the interior has a beautiful.
Oh yeah, I love this. Just like a library card.
It's got the library card, the jacket, the actual book cover. I kind of am let down by slightly.
Why? It looks like a classic book.
Well, let's be honest. After Dungeon Crawler Carl, I'm now very snobbish about that because they all have the imprints. Also, something crazy about that, but that's for another time. I found something interesting.
Click the link below to find out more.
So, hopefully. But so overall, what are our thoughts? Did we love this? Did we hate this? Did we think it was garbage? Honestly, for me, I have to give this really, really cool. Read it now, our highest rating. This is a book which I finished in 4 hours or 5 hours, and it was addictive and fun and well written. It is a love letter to readers that stumbles in its prose because there are some writing issues, some little stumbles here and there, but it soars in its heart. And the escapism makes it literally and utterly irresistible. You want to keep reading it. You want to keep telling people, hey, listen, look at this. You know what this, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened.
Oh, and they reference your favorite books. Oh, and they referenced your favorite book again. Oh, they referenced a different book that you love.
Oh no, you can't wait to read this. Oh no, that's going to be horrible. Oh no.
And then it ends like this. And then you have to read it.
And then you want to read more.
I say stop what you're doing right now and read it. It's
That
the
is
highest rating that I can possibly give it.
It is the really, really cool. Read it now. It is
phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. It is worth it. And I know a lot of people who are on Goodreads, there's a very clear divide. Some love it and some completely hate it because they say, oh, this isn't Julie Quinn. This is or not Julie Quinn, Kate Quinn. This isn't that. This is not historical drama. This seems too, and they kind of are disparaging and don't get the concept.
And for those people, I'm sad because this is wonderful and I loved it.
It is an escape from reality in a world where things are crazy. And
now, I don't know a lot of Kate Quinn's other books. So if you are just picking it to read because it's your favorite author, I don't know if it's the book for you, but 100%. If you're a book lover, if you love a book, if you've ever wanted a cup of tea and or a cookie while reading a book, stop what you're doing. Go find this. Go read it now.
Definitely.
And visit your local library.
Always visit your local library. And while we finish it up, let's actually go with the last quote from this, which I really like, which is, people who die with too many books on their to-be-read stack sometimes end up here. The ones who don't feel they could pass over until they catch up on their reading. We all feel like that. I think, what is it? Mine's 286 TBR. Yours isn't that bad. Yours is like 20.
I don't count.
Remember, also I review a lot of manga and books, so I'm kind of behind.
I don't count. That's rude to
Yeah, it's not rude. It makes them feel loved. Like when you tap them, the Japanese style, waking them up. You know that they're important. But if you've read this, let us know your thoughts. Email us at spiraken@gmail.com, zanspiraken.com. Let us know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. And remember, before we go any further, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking out this show. Every email, every new subscriber, every new comment gives us more motivation to keep doing this. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome, right?
Yes.
And they keep me from bugging you so I can actually talk to other people as well. But more importantly, we want to thank you so much for some upcoming things. Before I forget, remember, if you want, you can check out my shenanigans on the Greatest Movie Ever podcast, where I reviewed Cloak and Dagger earlier this month. And you can check out our reviews on our Spiraken manga review, which is every Wednesday. And as always, if you're watching on YouTube, as always, remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on that bell for notification for when we release new episodes. And one more thing before I forget, which is really important, is that we will be going to a certain convention soon in Raleigh, which will be your first time going to Raleigh. So that's going to be fun and amazing. We're going to announce our panels soon. It's going to be cool. We're going to have a blast. If they don't take any of our panels, well, we'll just be there farting around. Maybe we'll go to some bookstores and look at books and do some stuff there. But we'll see. But anyway, I think that's it for this episode. For the next review, I'm going to be reading. I'm going to do, after Kate Quinn, I'm going to be doing Pessoa, which is the book of this. No, it's just the book of Squat. Next one I'm going to do is R, which is going to be. Sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze. Then edit this part out. Crap. What's the name of the book?
The next book I'm going to read is The Other Bennett Sister, in preparation of the show becoming
Oh.
available in the U.S.
So the next book that I'm going to be reading is The Turnglass by Rousseau, which is a reversible book with two different sides. Looks kind of cool. We'll see what happens. But anyway, as usual, I'm Zen.
I'm Greta.
We're Gonzville. Catch you guys next time. And as always, keep reading books. We'll see you later.